Hi guys, Olive here. Here today because my favorite time of year is coming up soon. Once again, I am so pleased to announce Nonfiction November. Just in case you're new to the event, or if you would like a little bit of a refresher, I consider it a reading initiative. It is a month during which we celebrate nonfiction. We celebrate reading nonfiction. We celebrate it as a genre all across the internet. And the basic idea is that you'll try to read a little bit more nonfiction than you ordinarily would. That's all. You don't necessarily have to read exclusively nonfiction during November in order to be participating in the event. All you need to do to be a participant is read at least one nonfiction book during the month of November. I was inspired to start this challenge 8 years ago. Hard to believe it's been that long. I started it here on BookTube because I was seeing that nonfiction was getting this reputation of being boring, being dry, or worst of all, being associated with tedious schoolwork. No one wants to read books that seem like they're going to be schoolwork. But I've actually also seen some fiction readers say outright that they shy away from reading nonfiction. They don't think nonfiction is going to be for them because they don't think it's going to be as fun as the novels that they enjoy in their experience. It hasn't been as fun. I'm here to tell you that nonfiction is for you. It's for me. It's for everyone. And sometimes it just takes finding the right subgenre or subgenres of nonfiction to get you completely hooked on it. And it just so happens that November is a great time of year to find out what nonfiction books you would maybe click with, because this event has become huge across the internet. So many people participate. So many people talk about nonfiction across all different social media platforms. You are going to hear about so many nonfiction books during November. You'll hear about books that you probably never would have heard about otherwise. You can connect with other readers. You can join in conversations going on about nonfiction, ones that we host, and just in general, Nonfiction November has really taken on a life of its own, and I love to see it. It is a great time to really see what's out there and to give it a try. But this event isn't just for people looking to get into nonfiction. This event is also for people who already love reading nonfiction, people like myself, dedicated nonfiction readers. This month is about celebrating nonfiction in general, but also it is about giving you a little bit of a challenge if you want to take that on. Again, in order to be a participant in Nonfiction November, all you need to do is read at least one nonfiction book during the month. But the general idea is that you will try to read a little bit more nonfiction than you ordinarily would. So if you normally read one nonfiction book per month, read 2 or 3 or however many you like. If you already read a ton of nonfiction, then maybe you do want to hand over your entire reading month to nonfiction during November. It is completely up to you. Please feel free to customize this event to your interest level and to your schedule. I know November is always a very busy time of year. But to spice things up a little bit, I do always come up with 4 different challenges for Nonfiction November. 4 one-word challenges that you can use to help you pick from the sea of nonfiction books out there, or just to add a little bit of fun, a little bit of an added challenge to this event, especially if you already read a good amount of nonfiction. So for 2022, the 4 challenge words are record, element, border, and secret. The Nonfiction November words are always chosen because they can be interpreted in a wide variety of ways. There isn't just one way to define any one of these 4 words, and whichever definition you would like to choose is completely fine. And please don't feel pressured to complete all 4 of these challenges. You can do 1, you can do 2, you can combine them, you can bend them to fit the books you already wanted to read during Nonfiction November. I know a lot of people do that. Or if you don't like them, if you feel like it's not working for you, please feel free to ignore them entirely. These challenges are not required of you in order to be a participant in Nonfiction November. These are just there for a bit of fun. And if it's not serving you, then ignore it. Again, all you have to do to be a participant in Nonfiction November is read a little bit of nonfiction during the month. Exactly 1 week from today, I'm going to be posting a video that contains my own TBR for Nonfiction November, but I'm also going to spend a good good amount of time giving you possible interpretations of each of these challenge words. I'm really going to break each one of them down, and I'm also going to give you some recommendations for each of the 4 challenges in case you're looking for a little bit of direction. But as we're reading nonfiction during November, we will also be talking about nonfiction and celebrating nonfiction all across the internet. Of course, here on YouTube, I know I will be posting a lot of nonfiction content during November, and I know other booktubers do as well, so be sure to keep an eye out. Do the hashtag nonfiction November so you can find people's TBRs. I love watching those. It's one of my favorite parts of Nonfiction November. But also, we're on a variety of other places around the internet, like Instagram. There is a dedicated Nonfiction November Instagram page at Nonfiction November. I will be posting about nonfiction, featuring nonfiction books, and also we have a post per day Instagram challenge. So if you use Instagram, please be sure to follow us at Nonfiction November and join in on that challenge. I'll be posting on our TikTok, which is also at Nonfiction November. I'll be giving you some recommendations over there. I'll also be giving you a little bit of a peek into my nonfiction book collection. I have a lot of nonfiction books, as you can probably imagine. We're also over on Twitter at Nonfic November, where we'll have some nonfiction book chats. We'll feature some new releases and also talk about some nonfiction book prizes that have gone on earlier this year or that are currently going on. And then the group of us can also share recommendations and talk about nonfiction books over on the long-running Goodreads page for the event. If you're choosing to take on the 4 different challenge words for this year's Nonfiction November and you would like a way to track your progress, if you use Goodreads, there's a way to track that. If you're a member of the Nonfiction November Goodreads page, I set up a challenge and you can track your progress that way. But if you use the story graph instead, I've also set up a Nonfiction November challenge over there. So if you use either one of those apps, those are already set up for you. But also, speaking of apps, there is a new element of Nonfiction November this year. I have teamed up with a new literary app called Threadable. Threadable is this awesome new app that not only allows us to all read a book together, but to chat about that book in the margins of the book itself. No more clunky read-along pages where you have to go to a different site in order to share your thoughts or quote a passage that you want to discuss. You can highlight that passage directly in Threadable and chat about it with other people as you go along. As soon as I heard about this app, I knew I wanted it for Nonfiction November and for every read-along I do in the future. So if you want to read some nonfiction books with me and you want to chat about them with me, you want to sample a number of different types of nonfiction books, books you maybe would have never picked up otherwise, and get the chance to share your opinions with like-minded readers, please come and join my circle on Threadable. The direct link to where you can join my Threadable circle, as well as all of the links to the Nonfiction November social media profiles and the challenges that I mentioned earlier, you can find all of that in the description box below. Please join us wherever you are online and help us celebrate nonfiction during the month of November. It is such a fun time. It is a great time to connect with other readers, to absolutely bombard your TBR with awesome sounding nonfiction titles, and to discover new sides of yourself as a reader. So let me know in the comment section below, are you planning on joining in on Nonfiction November? We would certainly love to have you. And if you are already planning on joining in, do you have any early thoughts on what you might like to read during the month? If you're curious to see what books I will be picking up for Nonfiction November, or if you're feeling a little bit stuck on our challenges this year, you want some recommendations, again, please be sure to keep an eye out for the video I'll be posting exactly 1 week from today when I will talk about those challenges and give you some recommendations. In the meantime, use those links in the description box below to follow us everywhere you are across social media to get some great nonfiction content in your feed for the month of November and even beyond that. Join my circle on Threadable if you want to dive into some nonfiction books with me, and be sure to share this challenge with anyone you think may want to celebrate nonfiction during the month of November, or maybe someone who just wants to expand their reading horizons. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.